Hello, and welcome to another Pokemon trading card game video. We're going to do something a bit different today. As you have probably noticed by the videos you have seen on my channel lately, I've been featuring the custom deck I made with Flygon, Sceptile, and Torterra as the main Pokemon in it. And I thought today I would review the deck and show you how and what cards I used in it, just so you can understand my thought process when you watch the videos when I actually use this in battle. Just the main point for when you're watching this, the deck is in the unlimited format, so I am allowed to run any cards that I choose. It's not restricted to tournament standard or expanded one formats, because unlimited lets you use any card that has ever been released for the Pokemon trading card game. So I'll start off by talking about energy, because I have the energy cards here. I have laid out all the cards separately. So in my deck, in case you didn't realise, it is a fighting grass deck. So I run, as you can see, they are all original energies back from the original one. Copyright 1995, 1996 and 1998. Copyright Game Freak. I run 10 fighting energies there, and 10 grass energies. You can see I do have some different grass energies, not that really makes a difference, they do the same thing. And one double colorless, just in case. Now I know some people like to run less energy than like 21, as that's what I have here basically. But I find that this is the best for my deck, because there are a lot of Pokemon in it that need lots of energy to do attacks and stuff, and I just find it easier having more energies instead of just relying on trainer cards. Talking of trainer cards, let's move on to trainer cards. I've separated them into two piles of ones that are standard and ones that I only can use because it's in the unlimited. So I run Bill, which is draw 2 cards. Nice and Bill. Switch, which I run 2 of, which can become very useful. I would run a modern version of Switch. Yeah, I don't actually have a card of the modern one spare. Gust of Wind, which is always nice. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to switch it, which is basically the supporter Lysander now. Benefits to running this: well, I don't actually have a Lysander, which means, yeah, I can't run Lysander if I don't have it. So I run Gust of Wind. Plus, this isn't a supporter, so I can play as many of these as I like. I have the original Pokédex, which is again the same, like the Switch, it's the same as the current Pokédex. Different art, but it does the same thing. Look at the top 5 cards and rearrange them as you like. That can be very useful, because you could use that, and then if any of the cards there are kind of bad, you can draw them at a different time, so that you can get ones that are better sooner. I was playing that really badly. Oh well, move on. Energy removal, just because it's useful to get rid of people's energy. Makes it harder for them to attack. Pokemon Trader, I really do like this card. It's basically just Pokemon Communication from the new, which was actually, no, there isn't a new one, is there? Last one that came out of Pokemon Communication was like black and white sets. But this is basically that. Trade one of your basic or evolution cards from your hand for one of the basic Pokemon or evolution cards from your deck. Show both cards to your opponent and shuffle your deck afterwards. Pokeball, which I know people sometimes don't like running because it's a coin flip, but you may have seen or may not have seen on my channel that has paid off or not paid off. I won't spoil anything. You can go watch the battles. But yeah, it's a nice risk to pay if it pays off. So I run that. Energy Search. I would run Professor's Letter if I had a Professor's Letter, but currently all my Professor's Letters are in different decks. I have 2 in my Gengar deck, which I haven't featured yet. I'm waiting to feature that. I'll probably feature that Saturday, hopefully. And I have a couple of others in the theme decks because they came with the theme decks, and then I modified the theme decks and took out some of the crappier Pokemon that weren't useful. Sabrina's Gaze is quite nice. Each player shuffles his or her hand and draws the same number of cards, which is quite good. There probably is a new variant to this card with a different name, but again, I don't have it. I have quite a lot of the old cards because I was given them by, I think, my cousin. And it just seems silly to go out and buy new ones when you've got these ones here, and seeing as I don't play in any like tournaments and stuff yet, it doesn't really make a difference if I play with unlimited. And then I have the Energy Restore, which is the card of many disputes in games, because there's 2 ways to interpret how it works. It's flip 3 coins. For each head, to put a basic energy card from your discard pile into your hand. If you don't have that many basic energy cards in your discard pile, put them all into your hand. Some people would still say that you have to flip even if you have less than 3, but it says if you don't have that many basic energy cards, put them all into your hand. So if you have 1 or 2, surely you should just put, I don't know. That's how I understand it, but then again, there are a lot of cards that are unclear like this. It's just really up to interpretation of the 2 people battling, I guess. Because there's no one like to say otherwise. Especially with a card that was made like 12 years ago. Copyright 2003. I don't know if you can see it. It says copyright 2003 there, but it does. Right there. Anyway, moving on, we have the trainer cards that would be legal. So we have Potion. I originally was running again old potions, but the new potions heal an extra 10, so I think a friend of mine was able to get hold of some spares for me, so I have 2 of these to heal 30, so that's quite nice. We have Acrobike, which can be useful again. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one of them into your hand and discard the other. It can be useful. It's annoying when you get 2 cards that you need, because you do have to discard one. But oh well. It's still a good card. I got this in a booster pack from Primal Clash, I think. And same with this. This card is really only in there just so because I need another card in there to make a deck of 60. Shrine of Memory Stadium card. Each player's evolved Pokemon can use any attack from its previous evolutions if it has the right energies, which can be useful if you have your best Pokemon out and it's got not enough energy to attack, but it had enough energy to attack when it was its previous stage. You can still attack with it, and it's not completely useless. So it isn't a bad stadium. It's nice as well because then if you're fighting someone who only has 1 stadium card in their deck, you can use this to get rid of it, and then even though stadium cards help both people, it's not the stadium card they need. And then this is another one I got from a booster pack. I think this was Primal Clash as well. It might have been Phantom Forces, but I'm not sure which set this came from. Copyright 2015. So yeah, EXP share. When your active Pokemon, it's a Pokemon tool, so you can attach it to the Pokemon. And when the active Pokemon is knocked out, you may move a basic energy that was attached to the active to the Pokemon who has the tool. And you can see there, it is a reverse foil EXP share. So that's quite nice as well, that it's a reverse foil. Wow, I've rambled on for about 10 minutes and we haven't even got to looking at the Pokemon yet. Well, if this is the part you're waiting for, here we go. We will start off. Here I have Volbeat. I'm saving the big main ones in the deck for last to explain. Volbeat is quite good though. 70 HP is not greatest, and ×2 fire weakness, yeah, there's a lot of people who run fire decks, and I have at least... I have 2 decks that are fire, and my brother has 1. No, 2. He has 2 as well, wow. So yeah, fire is quite popular, so that's not the greatest for poor little Volbeat here. But for 1 energy it can attack, and for a maximum of 50, which isn't bad for a basic, really. Pester isn't really that useful, especially seeing as there's nothing that I can use to give it anything a special condition. But it's all guaranteed to do 30, whereas Acrobatics is only guaranteed to do 10. So yeah, Gligar. Again, reverse foil. I got this from a Phantom Forces booster pack. With Rock Cannon, which is flip a coin until you get tails. This one's good because it's a fighting type, yet it's weak to water. So, whereas my other fighting types, I have other fighting types in here weak to grass. This one isn't weak to grass, it is weak to water. So, I can send out this and still be fine against a grass deck, which is nice. And Rock Cannon's quite good. 20 damage, and it's not guaranteed to do any damage, but you can flip until you get tails. There are Pokemon who have moves like this that use them better. I actually have one in here, so we'll probably get to that soon. And I also do have the Gliscor card from Roaring Skies here. This is another good card, actually. For 2 energies it can do 40, guaranteed. Or 20 to the active and 20 to 2 of the bench, so that's 60 in total, which is quite nice. I originally ran Hitmontop in this deck, an old Hitmontop from Gen 2 cards. Sorry, I kind of had it out of frame, wasn't looking at the camera. Yeah, it was an old one from Gen 2, and it was kind of bad, and I didn't really like the card. It was just in there for filler, and you shouldn't really run cards for filler because it's always nice for a card to have a use. So that's why I replaced it with this. In some of the battles on my channel, I did actually have the Hitmontop still in, but the last 2 from Saturday, I was running Gliscor. I just didn't get a chance to use it because I opened some Roaring Skies. I opened the 3 on the channel last Tuesday, but then I got a chance to open 2 more. I didn't record it, but I opened 2 more on Thursday, and I got the Gliscor. So I was like, oh, well, let's shove the Gliscor in. Oh, in case you're wondering, I didn't get any EXs in those packs. You probably weren't. Alright, so I also have these in here. Hariyama, who is a very shiny Hariyama, and then a holographic Makuhita from the EX Deoxys stuff. He's not the greatest Pokemon in the world, but he's not bad. I mean, 90 HP on Hariyama. Super Slap Push. That's another one that's up to interpretation of who he gets hit by the 20 damage, if it's in a double battle, both of the team, or it's the defending Pokemon and the Hariyama. But yeah, that's all again up to interpretation. The Makuhita is nothing great. Possible 30 is his max, so yeah, not much really to say about him. Zigzagoon and Linoon are next. I only run 1 Zigzagoon, so if Zigzagoon dies, then Linoon's just in here for no reason. But oh well. Sound Attack's useful. It can be very stally if they keep flipping tails. Headbutt, 20 damage, meh. Fury Swipes has a chance to do 90, so that's quite nice. And Dash Attack, which if you saw the battle against my brother's Ocean Core deck on Saturday, you will know that I put that to great effect. As I was able to use it to take down his Whiscash before he was able to bring it out, which was very useful there, because you can see it does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, but only to the bench Pokemon. See, it does no damage to the active. Again, that being colourless is quite useful, because you don't have to run any specific energy to have them, so you can just put them in any deck, which is also nice. Again, same with principle with the Bidoof and B-Barrel here. Scrunch again can be very stally on the Bidoof there. Gnaw 10 70 for a basic is quite good, especially seeing as it evolves into Barrel with 120. Yawn is nice because if they don't wake up from sleep, that's quite good with Yawn there. And Continuous Headbutt, pretty much if you get heads, you're guaranteed to kill any basic. And with about 3, I think you're guaranteed to kill anything except Whale Lord EX or something with 240 HP and a hard charm. But still, that is quite powerful, so that's why I run Barrel here. I think I took this Barrel out of the Earth's Pulse deck when I got it, because there was 2 in there, and I thought that was too many, and I decided to run more energy instead, because I kept not being able to get enough energies to use any of the big powerful attacks on Rhyperior and the Groudon in that deck. So I replaced them with energy, then I had them spare. Alright, we're now on to the big Pokemon. So, Trico, I do run 2 Tricos, an old one and a new one. This is Primal Clash, I think. And I don't know what this is. This is some old set. Gen 3, 2003 it says, so Gen 3 I'm assuming. 40 HP, but it does have a resistance to water on this one, so that's quite nice. This one can do 20 damage possibly, but has more HP as well, which is quite nice again. These 2 lead up to the 2 Groviles I run. Again, another old one with a resistance to water. This one isn't as bad. 70 HP for a stage 1 isn't the greatest. I mean, we've seen that on at least 2 other basics in this deck. 80 is more plausible, especially with Agility's ability. The effects of Agility, which does 70, and Flip a Coin if heads prevent all effective attacks, including damage. That can get you out of a tricky spot. That really can. I haven't really had the greatest chance to use these or him in a video. So I will be trying to feature him in a video. I will. I just haven't had the greatest opportunity to get him out. Now, this is the original EX's version, not the new Next Destiny's EX's, the ones that came out after Next Destiny's. Because I know there is a new Sceptile EX coming out for Ancient Origins with Mega Sceptile EX. However, this is the original Sceptile EX. As you can see, it has 3 moves, one of which can do 100 damage for 5 energies, which is worth it because of how good the card is. Poison Ring can poison and does 40. Green Heal removes 4 damage counters from each of your grass Pokemon that has a grass energy. No, each of your Pokemon that has a grass energy attached to it. That could be any Pokemon in this deck, effectively. So that's ridiculously useful. 2 retreat cost is ridiculously good to have, because you could still retreat it and go back and then send it back in and still have enough energy to do Poison Ring, which is 14 poisoned. It does have the drawback of having 2 weaknesses. I'm assuming its weakness to grass is because it's a grass type in the game, and because there's no TCG bug type, and the TCG has bug types as grass types. That's its logic, but it's still a bit of an annoyance. The minus 30 resistance to water is quite nice. Anyway, moving on, we have someone who we have featured on the channel, Turtwig. I do run 2 of this chart. It is the Diamond Pearl base set Turtwig. It actually has the benefits of being able to do tackle with no energy. If you see there on tackle, on Razor Leaf it has the grass, but on tackle it just has an empty slot. You can use tackle for free. Another good thing about Turtwig here is its weakness. Instead of having a ×2 weakness to fire, it has a +10. It takes a lot less damage than it would otherwise if it was a ×2. I run 2 Turtwigs in this deck. It does have a resistance to water as well. But I choose to only run one Grottle. I do have other Grottles I could run if I chose. I had a deck before I made this one that was Grass Psychic. It wasn't the greatest deck in the world. It was just a deck that I threw together so I had a deck to use. And it had more Grottles in it, and I think it had more Turtwigs in it. But I got rid of that deck when I made this one because I took like quite a few of the cards and put them in here. Sceptile and Torterra in the other one. This one has a plus 20 weakness to fire, which is still pretty good. It has a hefty retreat cost of 3, and I'm pretty sure Torterra has one of 4. But Synthesis is quite useful to get grass energy out, and Cut for 50. Look at the jump, 20 to 50 with just an evolution. And then when you evolve again, just another energy, and you can do 60 and remove 2 damage counters from each of your grass Pokemon, including Torterra. It doesn't say it excludes Torterra. So if there's something on their side doing 20 damage to you, you don't even need to put those damage counters on, because you can heal it right back off with Leaf Storm, and you don't even need to remove an energy. He does have a hefty retreat cost, but I do run the switches for a reason. Plus 30 weakness to fire, and he does lose the resistance to water, which is a shame, but I think it's worth running. Now, there is one more left to talk about. And that'd be Flygon. We'll get to Flygon though. Trapinches first. These are the Primal Clash Trapinches. I took there's 3 Trapinches you get in the Earth Pulse deck, and I removed them to put better Pokemon in because there was no potential for the Trapinch in that deck because it couldn't evolve and it can do a max of 20, and it just didn't seem worth running 3 of them for no reason. So when I modified it, they were like the first things I took out. So I had 3 of these spare, and I think I got another from a booster. And then I lucked out. I mean, Trapinch, yeah, look, 60 can do a max of 20. It's not great. I lucked out in getting Vibrava, a Dragon Vibrava, because I had an old Vibrava. And I lucked out getting a Dragon Vibrava from a booster. Can do 60. This one can do 20 because I don't actually run any electric energies on it. As you see there, it does need an electric energy, but it's not in here for the Vibrava. It's in here for Flygon. Flygon can do 80 with 3 energies and stop them from retreating. And Sandflap can be so useful. To be able to just shuffle your hand and draw a new hand, or make your opponent do that. If your opponent's just used, I don't know, Pokemon Center, no, not Pokemon Center Lady, Professor's Letter or something, they've got cards they want. Or if they've used Teammate, they've got cards they want. You can let them do that. If they haven't used the cards, you can just Sandflap those cards away and make them draw whole new cards. Of course, there is the potential they could draw them back. Come on, 60 cards to get the one card you want back, and you only get a chance to get 4, so you only got 4 chances from 60. It's a decent card to run. 140 HP. The fact that it's got a fairy weakness, being a dragon type, is quite nice because the only fairy deck that I've ever known or faced is my own fairy deck. No one else I know has a fairy deck or the potential to run a fairy deck, so I'm pretty safe on that front. And plus, fairy is nothing else in this deck is weak to fairy. Well, Vibrava is, but Vibrava evolves into Flygon. So even if I had nothing, if I was facing a fairy deck, it's not like I would be unable to do anything. I still do have Torterra here and Sceptile, who are not weak to fairy, who I could just wreck house with. 100 damage, 60 damage, and look at the HP on these two. it's just up there with Flygon's 140, 150. The downside of Sceptile is that you do draw 2 prizes if you kill it, but meh. It really doesn't matter when you can do 100 damage. I mean, it can't use it 2 turns in a row, it does say there. Sceptile EX can't use Slashing Strike during your next turn. But then you can just use Poison Ring, and 40 and poison them, or Green Heal, like everything on the field. This guy needs Grass Energies, this guy needs Grass Energies. That's 4 damage counters from those. That's ridiculously powerful, in my opinion. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know if you agree with my opinions on why I run certain things. But yeah, Flygon, Torterra, Sceptile. Feel free to leave a comment and say what you would run differently, and I will maybe modify it if I have the cards, if I think your idea is a good idea. I don't know. We will see, won't we? Oh, Sonic Adventure's back tomorrow. I will make sure that I have commentary. I will record a tiny section beforehand and then check it to see if it has commentary and then record the episode. I won't make the mistake I made Sunday. I don't know what happened Sunday, I'm going to be honest. It's kind of a boo-boo. No, I have no news for you for Pokemon Blue. I do really want to start it, but I don't have the programs to edit the videos in the way I want yet. I might do some random videos just to compensate for not being able to do it. I bought Prison Architect on Steam sale and a couple of other games. Awesome Noughts I have, so I could play that. So potential for that on Thursdays. Have a watch for Thursday and see if you can spot any new videos or one-offs. I do have a one-offs playlist. There's nothing currently in the one-offs playlist, but who knows? Maybe Thursday. No guarantees though. I might just have a restful Thursday, not do anything. That's enough of my rambling. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can now see anything with my deck that you couldn't see before. You've gotten a good look at the Sceptile now, or you never got to do that in one of the battles. Hopefully I'll be able to feature it on like Saturday or something. I'm probably going to have one more battle with this deck on Saturday before I feature my Gengar Nidoking deck. Which is the last custom deck, the only other custom deck I have. But yeah, I will be hoping to make new ones soon. Dark deck maybe, or Fire Electric, one or the t'other. I don't know. Leave a comment. Tell me which one you'd like to see, Fire Electric or Dark deck. That's enough rambling from me. I'm going to end this video now. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff that people do at the end of YouTube videos. And I will see you soon. Bye.